Hey guys, Brandon Williams here, coming to talk to you again about another thing that I've been talking about on campus. I've been going around meeting with pretty much everybody who was elected to the 17th session of ASM Student Council, and it's been great, and I could probably talk for hours about what the stuff that I've learned. But one of the things that's really stood out to me is the grad student issues. Going in, I didn't know a whole lot about grad student issues, and I really wanted to involve myself and learn more about it, and I've really gotten a good grasp of some of the stuff that's important to grad students. One of the things that's disappointing about grad students is that they have almost no connection to ASM, and a group that occupies almost a quarter of the campus probably should. So one of the things that I want to do is start networking with grad students immediately. I've already talked to the grad students about holding a grad student caucus, something that I can meet with them on a regular basis so that we can I can get to know the grad student issues and ASM can work to further those goals. Another thing that I wanted to do is continue the work that Matt Tolberman, former ASM rep, former grad student ASM rep, did this past session. He basically connected a lot of the top graduate student leadership, bringing them in, making sure that he had their contact information so that he could begin to network. And this falls in with the plan that I've had for the rest of ASM outreach, and that's networking. It involves finding a bridge between us and the regular students. And the way you do that is to connect to leaders in different organizations. And the grad students in particular would be a great way to do this. Most people don't know anybody outside their department, but by connecting within the departments, we can bring them into ASM much more tightly than we could just by trying to reach out to grad students in general. So the work of Matt Tolberman really needs to be continued. He's unfortunately done, but if we work to institutionalize this process, we can have grad students brought into ASM far more easy. What I'd like to do is hold maybe town halls or meetings with top grad student leadership. Another thing that I've had to talk a lot about with grad students is the investment in higher education. It goes along with a lot of the stuff that I've talked about before. But just like undergrads, grad students want the best possible value for what they get at the University of Wisconsin. And it's important for us to continue to lobby at the state capitol to make sure that in their budget, which is coming up in the next year, they include money for the UW. It'll bring in the higher quality professors. It'll bring in we'll be able to get more money for PAs, RAs, TAs, so that we can continue to have the best university that we possibly can. Lastly, one issue that I never thought about, even though being the chair of the Student Services Finance Committee, I never thought about it. Grad students have to pay segregated fees, and that's pretty much the only thing that they pay. But it's all due at once per semester. The grad students get to pay for it in October, but it's usually about the same time that they get their paycheck. And usually that creates a cash flow problem in which they've just received their first payment from the university and now they have to give it up. What I'd like to do is try to examine the possibilities of having an opt-in system in which grad students can pay per paycheck for seg fees. So part of every paycheck that they get from the university has a part taken out for seg fees. It's sort of like a tax. Of course, it wouldn't be mandatory, be an opt-in, but it would definitely go a long way in ensuring that grad students don't suffer from this opt-in problem. So that's really the stuff I want to talk about with grad students today. Hopefully, I'll be continuing to meet with grad students, hopefully be able to continue to build on these issues so that ASM can really work to further grad student issues. So thank you for your time. Hopefully the weather clears up in time for everybody to enjoy Mifflin tomorrow, and have a great weekend.